Mr. Deputy Speaker, I can report today that the economy is continuing to recover and recovering faster than forecast. A year ago, they predicted growth in 2014 would be 1.8%. At the autumn statement, 2.4%. Today, the OBR forecasts growth in 2014 of 2.7%. Growth next year is also revised up to 2.3%. Then it's 2.6% in 2016 and 2017. And with the output gap closed around a year earlier than previously predicted, growth returns to around its long-term trend at 2.5% in 2018. I can tell the House that we will move to a new, highly secure £1 coin. It will take 3 years. We will consult with industry. Our new pound coin will blend the security features of the future with inspiration from our past. In honour of our Queen, the coin will take the shape of one of the first coins she appeared on, the threepenny bit, a more resilient pound for a more resilient economy. I can confirm that the fuel duty rise planned for September will not take place. Fixed odds betting terminals have proliferated since gambling laws were liberalised a decade ago. These machines are highly lucrative, and therefore it's right we now raise the duty on them to 25%. And then there's beer. Beer duty next week will not be frozen. It will be cut again by 1 pence. Pubs saved, jobs created, a penny off a pint for the second year running. Next year, there will be no income tax at all on the first £10,500 of your salary. £10,500 tax-free. £800 less in tax every year for the typical taxpayer. Today, I'm abolishing the 10p rate for savers altogether. Yeah. And when I abolish a 10p rate, I don't sneakily turn it into a 20% rate like the last lot. I'm turning it into a 0% rate. The £15,000 new ISA, the pensioner bond, people given access to their own pension pots, a right to impartial advice, the 10p rate for savers abolished to zero. The message from this budget is this: you have earned it, you have saved it, and this government is on your side.
The Chancellor spoke for nearly an hour, but he did not mention one central fact. The working people of Britain are worse off under the Tories. Living standards down, month after month, year after year. The Chancellor trumpeted the tax allowance today. But what he didn't tell you is it's the same old Tory trick. He didn't tell you the rest of the story. He didn't mention the 24 tax rises introduced since he became Chancellor. He forgot to mention, he put up VAT, he taxed away child benefit, he raised insurance tax and gave us the granny tax. Back in 2010, he told us that at the end of 2014, the economy would have grown by nearly 12%. Today, the figures say it's been barely half that, and he wants the country to be grateful. Back in 2010, he said the government would clear the deficit, this Parliament, by 2014-15. Today, he wants the country to be grateful because he says he can do it by 2018-19. Mr. Deputy Speaker, you can change the shape of the pound, but it doesn't matter if the pound is square, round or oval. If you're £1,600 a year worse off, you're still £1,600 a year worse off. You're worse off under the Tories.
Quite seriously, the respect is due to the Leader of the Opposition the same way that it was given to the Chancellors. I want to hear it. I'm sure if you do not, there is the door. Please leave. Ed Miliband.
Here's what his former best friend, his closest ally, the Education Secretary, had to say about the Prime Minister's inner circle. He said it was, and I quote, ridiculous, preposterous, unlike anywhere else in the world. Mr. Deputy Speaker, you know you're in trouble when even the Education Secretary calls you a bunch of out-of-touch elitists. The Education Secretary's been I think, Mr. Deputy Speaker, he's been consigned to the naughty step by the Prime Minister. This is the budget that confirms people are worse off under the Tories. A worse-off budget from an out-of-touch Chancellor. Britain can do better than them. Britain needs a Labour government.